In February 2036, two digital clocks buried deep inside the systems that power our networks and satellites will silently reset to zero. It's called Y2K36, and while it's not the apocalypse, the consequences, if ignored, could ripple across industries. To better understand, let's rewind to the year 2000, back when the infamous Y2K bug had the world on edge because computers stored the year as two digits. 99 became 00, and systems risked thinking it was 1900. Billions were spent fixing it, and when the clock struck midnight, only minor glitches appeared. Y2K taught us that proactive maintenance works. Now, Y2K36 poses a similar but much quieter threat. Two key rollovers are happening. The network time protocol (NTP) clock used to sync servers maxes out its 32-bit counter on February 7th. 2036 and wraps back to zero, making computers think it's the year 1900. Also, the GPS week counter used by navigation and embedded systems resets on April 6, 2036, sending devices back to week 0. These changes don't come with warnings, but they can break anything relying on accurate time, banking systems, power grids, telecom security, or even factory automation. But here's where it gets interesting. Y2K36 isn't the only problem on the horizon. Just 2 years later, we'll face Y2K38, where Y2K36 affects infrastructure clocks like NTP and GPS. Y2K38 is a software issue buried deep in the heart of Unix-based systems. It stems from how time is tracked using a 32-bit signed integer called time t. On January 19th, 2038, the number of seconds since 1970 will overflow, and unpatched systems will think it's December 13, 1901. So what's the difference? Simply, Y2K36 affects firmware and GPS devices, routers, and industrial controls. Y2K38 affects software, Linux servers, Android phones, databases, and apps. Both are patchable, but Y2K38 remains the bigger risk for consumer tech and unmaintained servers. The good news is companies like Cisco, Microsoft, and GPS manufacturers are already issuing fixes. Patches for NTP and GPS rollovers are out, and many Linux systems have updated their code to handle Y2K38. But surveys show 40% of industrial and embedded systems remain unpatched, either forgotten or stuck on legacy hardware. For most people, Y2K36 and Y2K38 will be invisible. Your phone and apps update themselves. But for businesses running older infrastructure, these rollovers are a ticking time bomb. And yes, the clock keeps ticking. Another GPS rollover hits in 2055. NTP wraps again in 2172. Time doesn't stop, neither should maintenance. Y2K36 and Y2K38 are coming. We just have to be ready.